Hello, welcome to today's edition of Daddy's Girls Talk. Super excited to have our featured host, Jacqueline Thorne, speaker and author at Lady J Thorne on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. You can reach her by email, ladyjthorne@gmail.com. And you have myself. Oh my God. You know what? I realized I don't even have a picture of myself. Oh my goodness.
Okay, but we here.
We are here. We are here. I don't like this glare from my glasses, so when I get ready to read, I'll have to put them on and figure it out. So we are excited to be here. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
You as well.
And
Special shout
yes,
out
it's
to Aida.
yes, Ada. Woo woo.
She's not traveling, but she is with us in spirit. You know, sometimes you know, you're gonna get at least two of us, maybe one of us in the future, but we're gonna
Absolutely.
commit to give you one of us at least. Because daddy
Yes.
girls, a lot happens, you know.
Yes. There's
Hmm.
there's a lot going on, which is all good stuff, right? And
Yes.
as we say, life be lifing. I'm sitting
Hmm.
here in a hotel room right now, sitting Indian style in the middle of the bed, on my iPad, because I'm like, no, 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 we gotta go live. And
Yep. Just before you sail away, boom.
yes, yes, yes. Before I get out of here for a little while and take
Well,
some much needed downtime.
I will say, I'm still feeling that, pinch or sour lemon, however you want to categorize from not traveling this year. However, I'm already in plans for 2 to 3 trips next year. So I'm definitely going to make up for it and do what has to be done.
Absolutely.
And the
And
year's not over with yet. So who knows?
one, the year's not over. It's
Yep.
only October.
Yep.
And two, in the trips that you're planning for next year, we got the revelation when we did our welcome back episode that Ada is a travel agent.
Correct.
So she can definitely plan for us to have a Daddy's Girls
Yes.
getaway
Yes.
for
Event.
whoever would like to participate.
Mm-hmm.
We can work on that. But, we had a good time chatting
Mm-hmm.
before we went live.
You
And
did.
I don't know if people noticed that the topic for today's Daddy's Girls talk is midlife challenge, not crisis.
Right.
Midlife challenge, not crisis. Okay, so let me see. Since I don't normally do this, let me see if I can get to the chat. Okay, so I got the chat up. Um, okay, let me do this. There we go. Um, because I was reading with what because last time we didn't talk about you, right? And where you were in that space and time.
Right.
And then I so can I say I took a page from your book? I
You
guess I
can.
can't say it.
You can.
Okay.
You did a Jacqueline.
I did a Jacqueline. So that's what I told Jacqueline today. I said I did a Jacqueline. She said, "What?" So so I am basically off work for the rest of the month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just like, you know what? I need to disconnect, decompress,
Mm-hmm.
and renew.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I realized I was like, you know what? We talk about men having a midlife crisis, and I was investigating, do women have a midlife crisis too? So I started looking through things and women in midlife crisis, and we do.
Yes.
And I love words, and I don't like the term crisis.
Right.
So we are repurposing our vocabulary because that's who we are as Daddy's Girls, because we are real women, real midlife, real talk, and we speak positively. So it's more, so we're going to call it a midlife challenge,
Challenge. Mm-hmm.
because a crisis by definition is like an emergency. It's like a life death kind of
Danger.
scenario. Yes,
Right.
danger.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we're not looking at this in terms of, is there a danger? Yes. If we get stuck there, absolutely. But a challenge. So when I looked up the word challenge, because I didn't like crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I looked up challenge, and one of the definitions in the noun as a noun is an objection or query as to the truth of something, often with an implicit demand. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
For proof.
Mm-hmm.
And then the verb of it is to dispute the truth or validity of.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! So, what does a midlife challenge look like for those of us 45 and up? I'm in my 50s. It's like we talked about, this is a time where we're challenging, demanding proof for what is our life going to look like from here on out, because it doesn't look like what we thought it would in our
Right.
20s, right? What we
Right.
thought it would look like in our 20s, what we thought it would look like in our 30s. And now that we're here, like, I'm questioning on all this.
Yeah, definitely. While we were we have a little pause before we go live. Um, I believe it was Maya Angelou's quote came to mind: "When someone shows you who they are, believe them." And we have roles that we play, right? Work, family, all of that, and we're building an expectation, a persona, or a reliability, if you will. And when those things change, like you said, we're first, it's our responsibility to ourselves first to identify how you show up in the room, what can be expected. And, if things are not sort of matching up the way we assumed or we thought it would, and it's time for a change, that's a challenge right there.
Yes.
Right? Because you've been showing up this way, you've been doing this, or you might been overdoing something. I mean, we have the tendency to overdo,
That
to be
part.
to be super super at whatever we're doing. We're gonna be
Yes.
super at it.
Yes.
And it is a process. And so first you need to identify it for yourself. And hopefully it's um not anything too drastic like a crisis, right? Because
Yes.
things change, right? The moisture levels in your skin and your patience and just a whole litany of certain things that change, right? At midlife, and you have the right to change your mind and to evolve, right? So you owe it to yourself to first give yourself room, and this is just for me. Give yourself room to break. Right? Don't resist the break. The break is purposeful. The crack is purposeful. It doesn't feel
Mm.
like it initially, but the break is sometimes necessary.
Oh, and so the break, and so there are all kinds of breaks, right?
Yes.
The breaking of an old thought pattern, the
Yes.
breaking of an old idea that no
Hmm.
longer serves us, the breaking of who we were to discover who we are now today, right in this moment. The breaking, and so immediately what came to my mind, I envisioned when you said the breaking, allowing ourselves to break, is that when we plant something, in order for that thing to grow, oh my God,
Hmm. Come
when
on.
we put a seed in the ground,
Yes.
in order for it to grow and develop and become all that it's designed innately to be, it has to, without question, unavoidably, what is it? Break.
Right.
It has to break open
Hmm.
in order for it to grow, take root, develop into what it needs to be. Ouch!
Hmm. Breakthrough.
It has to break through. It has to break through the shell of the seed. It has to break through the soil, up, down, and up and out,
Hmm.
in order to make eggs. Unless you, even if you boil the eggs, in order to
Hmm.
get to the boiled egg, you have to crack the shell.
My spiritual animal, the butterfly,
Yes.
has to go through the metamorphosis. It doesn't start out like this. You have to break.
And it goes through a series of breaking
Yes.
before it comes through as this beautiful, mature, materialized, actualized butterfly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on that note, you know how the emoji is when they just laying out like this. It's like, I can't even, I'm done, I'm dying, I
Yes.
have died. That is it.
Yeah. Just yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, because everything that we do, and I don't even want to kind of get emotional about it, right? But everything we do at all costs is to avoid
Mm-hmm.
being broken.
Yes, we fight against it. We
We
protect.
fight
We try to
against it.
protect ourselves from going there. Right. That's how we were. That's how we were trained. That's how we learned. Even if we saw the break happening, right? Like we mimic our mothers, and you see them go through things and life
Oh,
challenges, and at the time you don't know, but you're witnessing that. You're being trained in some way, and we're always going to be strong, reliable, suck it up, you can do it. We've trained, even in sports, we're trained to keep that strength. Don't break, don't let anybody in, protect the field goal, whatever. But the break, the miracle happens in the break.
wow.
We need a piano or a tambourine or something.
Wait, we need an organ.
We
Wait,
need
because because
instruments.
I am in church right now, and somebody just hit that D note on that organ, and they playing it. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? My God, today,
Yeah, yeah,
everything we do to
yes.
prevent ourselves from breaking, but the growth and development and
Mhm.
maturation comes in the breaking through of what was in
Right,
order to discover and realize and materialize what is and what should be, and the possibility of something different.
right. Look at the season we're in. A lot of young adults going to school, going to college, going away from home. You've reared them, you pray, and now like they kind of get it, right? You trained them up until this point, you held their hand up until this point, but now real life starts.
Yep.
They're going to have their own trials, tribulations, and breakthroughs. And, you'll be there to help them. But certain things you have to learn on your own. And that's when the magic, the breakthroughs happen when when you're forming what's to be expected. And I don't think we think enough about change, right? Because it's going to change again, and it's going to change again, and it's going to change again. And like, again, we're not the same people we were at 25 and 30 and 40 and 50. Now being in 50s is different.
Because we had a perspective, right? We had a perspective from where we were at that particular time of what it would look like and feel like and be like. And then once you get there, it allowing ourselves and giving ourselves permission to challenge. That's why it's a midlife challenge, not a
Mhm.
crisis. We're
Right,
challenging societal norms. That's why we even started having this podcast, vlogcast, this
right.
streaming, is to have real talk, because these are not conversations
Hmm.
that the older women talking to the younger women, right? As the
Hmm.
scripture talks about, this is not the conversation we were having.
No, right. It was like they were hiding it also, or maybe again, our parents weren't trained or
No,
talked to, or it was a lot of secrets or hush hush, or you don't talk about those things. What
exactly.
now we talk about. We're trying to break the mold and to trying to
Exactly.
set the path for who's coming behind us, right? These
Absolutely. And
real
those that are where we are now,
true, true,
that are in what they thought was a crisis mode, we want to tell you, no, sweetheart, it's
true.
not a crisis, it's a challenge. And challenges are good things because challenges allows us the opportunity to redefine, which we have the capability to do. We have the capacity divinely and innately to redefine. Because, and again, for those who, where's the scriptural reference? This is, hoodoo, this is, woo woo. No, even scripturally speaking, when Jesus was in the wilderness for those 40 days and 40 nights and he was being tempted, the adversary came at him with ideas of who he was.
Mm,
And each time Jesus had to tell him, no, no, boo boo. Mm-mm. That's how you define me.
mm. That's a great segue into expectations that you set up for other people, right? And when you're rediscovering in your challenge, then you need to re-educate folks like Jesus. Like that's no, that's who you say I am. That's who I am. And the script has changed, the definition has changed. So
That's
you need
it.
to re-educate the expectations of people around you.
Oof. Like the episode we did when you said, let me reintroduce myself.
Yes. Yes.
And Jesus, even when he was talking to the disciples, he said, okay, who do men say that I am? Just for entertainment purposes,
Right.
right?
Right.
Who do they say that I am? And then he, okay, got you, hear you, check, 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 check,
And
check.
who do
Let
you
me run this back.
say?
Look, since you so easily peeling off
Mm-hmm.
what the masses are saying,
Mm-hmm.
who do you say I am?
Yeah.
And you know what? Flesh and blood didn't reveal this to you. Only God, only by the Spirit could this be revealed to you. So then I challenge us today, tonight, this evening, this week, until we get together next week and have
Mhm.
another discussion. Who do you say you are?
That's a good homework. Good homework.
Not who other people say that you are, not who other people expect you to be. Mm. Not who you thought you were. Oh my God. But who do you say
Mm-hmm.
you are?
Definitely.
In
Mm.
alignment with how you show up every day, right? In alignment, who are you in yourself that when you think about it, your soul sings and your
Mm.
heart rejoices
Come on
and
now.
you're excited to show up every day because you have defined yourself according to what the spirit has revealed to you.
Yes. And you only can get that when you get
Ah,
still and quiet. And there go the break, right? Part of the break. And in I don't know if isolation is proper, but you do need to get quiet, right? And you do need to drown out the noise so that you can hear the download. We're talking about that download.
the divine download.
Ah,
And the breaking of the norm, because we gonna stay right there. And the breaking of the norm, the normal pattern, go 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 go, do.
mhm.
You took some time off.
Yes.
You took some required necessary time off in a way to be. I'm taking time off
Mm-hmm.
to just be.
Right. Right.
Just be.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing? Being.
Right.
Just
And a lot of folks that I'm connected to, that we're connected to, I
yes.
have been doing that,
Yep.
taking the break. Taking a break
Mm, mm, mm.
is so. And again, we spoke before we went live about, I spoke about reintroduction and some of the things that occurred last year and having breaking down.
Yes.
And I did not turn down the volume on anything else I was responsible for. So while I had physical limitations this time, in addition to all of the responsibilities, I wasn't finished breaking.
Mhm.
I had more breaking to do. It's like, because the muscle will have you fight against breaking.
That's it.
And so it's
And
not.
it And in order to move beyond where we are, even with we have to break the muscle memory. We have to train the muscle to do something different. We have to break the pattern. It's like in therapy, talking about redefining and renegotiating, breaking old habits and
Mhm.
old patterns,
Yes.
and creating new patterns and new habits in anything. I don't care what line of work that you're in order to create the masterpiece or get to the end goal or in desire, we have to break old patterns and ways of doing things in order to break forth and make wait a minute, and make room for
Hmm.
the new,
Yes.
the best version. Because look, what is it? We talk about living your best life, right?
Mhm.
So, in order to live the best life, we got to get rid of the old and make room for it, because two things cannot occupy the same
Mhm.
space
Right.
at the same time.
That's like faith and fear.
See? Oh my God. That's it. That's where I was going. That's where I was going.
Yes.
Faith and fear
Cannot exist together.
cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Guess what? Light and darkness
Mhm.
do not occupy
Mhm.
the same space at the same time. We can't put new wine in old wineskins.
Woo.
It can't
Oh,
hold it. It doesn't have the capacity. Wow.
that
Girl,
mess.
is that an ice cream truck?
It is.
Oh,
Girl. Sometimes they play Christmas music. I'm like, okay.
I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. But I haven't heard an ice cream truck, but I saw something on IG, the best video talking about an ice cream truck coming through the hood. That thing was the best. I mean, it had house music, go go, the whole nine
Oh, you
yards.
gonna have to send that to me.
Yes, and everybody was jamming.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so anyway, I'm just
Back
saying,
to the
back to where we are.
two
But
things can exist at the same time.
nope, nope.
Okay.
Either no. It can't. It just it's not even, it's just not even possible.
Possible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And guess what? If I'm holding on just right now, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
holding on to whatever I'm holding on to, the old patterns, my old way of thinking, my old way of existing, who I thought I was, who everybody expects me to be, and when I'm doing that, there is no room. I can't see. There's no room. And even if right now somebody walked in here in this room and said, Lisa, I've got the keys to your brand new house, your brand new car, uh, the job, the book opportunities, look, the sign-in bonus, and
Mm-hmm.
all I need you to do in order to be able to receive all of these things that you've been praying for and desire, and been asking God for, all I need you to do is sign right here.
You holding
Oh,
on?
better yet, Better yet, it's all here on a silver platter. Here it is. You know
Yeah,
when you
take
order
it.
room service and
Mm-hmm.
they push the little buggy in with the stuff on the plate, or on the platter and the nice silver dome and all that stuff. They just rolled it all in, and all I have to do is take the lid off and partake and dig in. And I, right now, in this position, in this posture,
Mm-hmm.
cannot do anything.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Nothing. I could try to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we do multiple
Yep.
tasking?
Yep.
I
Mm-hmm.
can I can try to get it with my elbow.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Right.
try to put it under my chin. I could do all of these things, but I cannot fully appreciate, enjoy, embrace,
Yes.
and manifest
Come
and
on.
experience the fullness of that thing.
Let it go. Let go. Let go. Let God. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let it go.
Come on, bring it. I'll take this. I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take it.
You use your phalanges, your
That's
fingers
it.
for the
That's
for
it.
hang something on these
That's
too.
it. Look, each finger, each one, wrists,
Yes.
elbows, and the crook of my
Mm-hmm.
elbow, all
Right.
of that. But it's the letting go and the release.
Yes.
So that's the challenge. We're in a good place in life right now. It's not a crisis. I know it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. It doesn't look like we thought it would look.
Right.
It doesn't feel like we thought it would feel.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an opportunity for us to challenge ourselves.
Right. And I something just came up, there's nothing wrong.
Nope.
You're not losing it, right? It's not, you know, you're the common denominator, but you command a lot. You're responsible for so much.
Yes.
So you might even question yourself, why? Like, because again, that shell trying to break to get to the next, even like I just saw the whiz, in the factory when they come out of the out of the suits and then they do the graceful dance. It's a
Yes.
mask, it's a suit, it's layers that has to come off, that has to break away, has to break off.
But we are losing it. And it's okay. Because lucid. TD Jakes did that whole thing for
Yeah.
years,
Hmm.
decades, on Woman
Right.
Thou Art Loose. Lose it.
But
Lose
somebody
that.
who
Yes.
doesn't share or doesn't have again the privilege of
Yes.
having that information can feel like you're losing it.
Yes.
Right. Again, it is natural, it is normal.
Yep.
You can survive past it.
Yes.
Don't resist the change, right? We get
Yes.
so regimented into doing this everything the same way, the same like
Yes.
say I took a walk. I said, let me go a different path. Let me just
Ooh.
just let me just go a little different. Instead of going just this way all the time, let me go around this way. And it's still, but again, you got to change it up
And
sometimes.
you saw something different.
Hmm. Yes,
You
I
see,
did.
you see something different. Let me go a different way. Let me
Right.
try a different path.
I still achieved the goal. I needed to be at a certain place by a certain time, and because I wasn't able to do that, and I slept a little bit longer,
Yes.
I had to sort of okay, so I did a different route. It's not the preferred route I would have went,
Right.
but I stepped right on out my house and zigzagged to 2.6 miles today.
See. Well. Okay. Well, I think we've had a good talk.
Hmm. Yeah, we don't have company tonight. I haven't seen any
I
messages.
haven't seen any messages, but and then I wonder if it's because I'm on the iPad and I can't see like I normally do
Right.
on the laptop.
Hmm.
But again, this was just another challenge. Okay,
Oh, I know.
what?
We had homework last time to watch the 100-year
Oh yes, on
the Blue
Netflix.
Zone, and I made notes. So let's
Oh,
revisit.
okay. So that can also tie into the breaking, right?
That's true.
Because
Okay,
mhm.
somebody is here. I just got a text. Somebody's in the room, but they can't respond. This she's saying.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Said when you get off, let me know. Okay. All right. Let me get to my notes. The breaking. Um, live to 100 notes. So hopefully you watched it, but the blue zones, as I recorded them, were Okinawa,
Okinawa.
Japan,
Uh-huh.
Sardinia, Italy, Loma Linda, California,
Yes.
Ikara, Greece, Nicoya,
Yes.
Costa Rica, and then they had some test zones in Minnesota, Singapore, and Phoenix.
Yes.
But those blue zones identified where um, several people live over 100 in those communities
Yep.
under those circumstances. Um, thought it was very interesting that where Okinawa was
Mhm.
the top, and it's switched now, right? Because of the food deliveries and, people not exercising the way they would have, and the lifestyles and everything. So a little bit has changed, but in a generation, it changed in a generation. That was yeah. So what the consistencies that I noted were again, exercise, good
Yes.
carbs,
Yes.
and resistance, right? Because even at the older, which I noticed in Italy and in Okinawa, um there was some steepness to the walk, right? Or they were,
Yes.
in Okinawa, they were bending down a lot, and so they were, um that motion of being low is, it helped them retain, their
Yes.
exercise, right? So it has to be a little resistance, or a little steepness. The exercise, the good carbs, they were very social. Going
Yes.
back to, I know what you like about, multiple generations and families being together. I thought that was pretty
Absolutely.
cool. Um, Not in any order, but some of the foods. The Japanese potato, which I've had,
Oh,
it's very sweet and it's like purple. Um,
yes, the purple
yes.
potato. Yes.
Um, Raw honey.
Yes.
That Three Sisters soup with pumpkin, beans, and corn. Right.
Yes.
Wine.
Woo woo.
Wine. Volunteering.
Yes. Serving
A
others.
faith-based activity at least twice a week. So if that means church
Yes.
and Bible study, or fellowship, or like what
Yep.
we're doing, right?
Small
Right.
groups. Yes. Yes.
Faith-based twice a week. Um, so then there was no loneliness, right? There was no
Yeah.
craving for something, because your life is fulfilled,
It's
right,
full. Yep.
and full, right? And partnership, right?
Yes.
If that's with your sister, your girlfriend, your brother, your spouse,
Yes.
your, children, some type of partnership. So those were my notes from watching the Netflix Live to
Live to
100,
100. Yep.
the Blue Zone.
And and then what he did in the community even ties back to what we're talking about, is that he broke patterns. He found a whole community, because it's like, okay, now we've gathered all this information and data.
Hmm.
from these different places. Now let's test them and prove them. And he found a city where they came in and broke the pattern, built it up to something different, redefined it, regardless of what they were used
Mm-hmm.
to, redefined it, executed that new version,
Yes.
the broken down
Mm-hmm.
version, and the impact that was made in that community. And it wasn't even a decade's
Right.
time.
Right. I think it was 3 years or 2 years, something like that.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
less than a decade.
And it's an easy watch. It's only four episodes.
It's not too
And
long.
they're not super, I don't think they're an hour each, maybe 40
Mm-mm.
something minutes. It's a good reference, you know.
And midlife is on average between 45 and 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So these are things that we're talking about that can be implemented so that our latter days can be better than our former.
Yes. Yeah. So we can smile and we can have joy and we
Yes.
can,
Authentically.
yes. And we can have,
Yeah.
you're able to share things, right, and be open, right, and to continue to leave the legacy. And you leave your legacy by sharing information,
Yeah.
by talking about life, or becoming that
Yeah.
wise elder.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And and allowing things to break.
Mm-hmm. Isn't there a custom? Is it a Greek custom with the breaking of the plates or something like that?
It is Opa at the wedding.
Yes,
At the end of the ceremony, everybody's dropping and breaking
yes,
plates. Yes.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Jewish custom, they have the glass that's wrapped up in
Right, and
fabric
they
and they
stomp
stomp
on the
on the glass.
break the glass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Mm.
Oh, this is good.
And we're not talking about soup.
No. So then maybe that's it. So it sounds like maybe that's what we need, because in the past you hear about people, I'm just trying not to break, girl. I'm just
Yep,
trying not to break
it's what we
down. I'm
learn.
trying not to, right.
And
I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to do this and that and the other. But maybe the whole deal is,
allowing you.
girl, I'm breaking.
Yep. How you breaking? How's the breaking going?
How's your
How's
breaking
your
going?
breaking going?
Look, I can't. Oh my God, I can't wait till this breakthrough is finished.
Mm, 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 mm.
I can't wait to see what's going to materialize, and and every butterfly is different.
Mm-hmm.
Even though metamorphically speaking, oh my God, the process is the same. Each one emerges with its own pattern of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Just like snowflakes, no two butterflies are the same. Just like our fingerprints, no two fingerprints are the same.
Right. Break it on down, girl.
This is not a midlife crisis. This is a midlife
Challenge.
challenge.
Yeah.
We challenge you to break.
Right. And when you get through a challenge, you always
Yes.
learn something. You always gain something more, right? It's even
Yes.
growing pains, right? It's breaking, right?
Yes.
You're getting arms, limbs getting
Yes.
longer, whatever. It's
Stretching.
always
Yes.
there's something good on the other side of the challenge. Challenges can be positive, right? It can help you reset, right?
Yes.
It's not normal. It's something different.
Oh
Forget.
God. Oh God. And don't even talk about that reset, because remember we were talking about going into physical therapy.
Yes.
That if we don't follow the process through, that sometimes in order for things to heal properly, they have to be broken and reset.
Yes.
and stretched out and worked out
Mm-hmm.
in order to heal
And
properly.
that's like what I said last week about climbing into the pain.
Yes.
Okay. Where's the mic?
I know. Mic drop. The organ done played. We gave the
We done ran a
benediction. We
circle.
took offering. That's it. We ran. The weave, the wig is
Yes.
cocked. The hat done
Mm-hmm.
came off.
Mm-hmm.
The shoes are
Yes.
off.
Yes.
Eyelashes are hanging off.
People laid out on the floor.
That's it. We stretched out. That's it.
Yes.
Nothing else to say.
Mm.
Nothing else to say.
Well, if you
Oh my God.
desire
Ugh.
more, be back here next week,
Next
next
week.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes.
Whatever platform you are watching us on now, whether it's the replay, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, LinkedIn, wherever you are, join us next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Daylight Savings Time, whatever it is, it's on the East Coast. We're on the East Coast
Yes.
at 7 p.m. Oh God. Okay, so let me see if I can find the
Outro.
what we usually do for our outro. Oh, this is so boy. Okay, it's not that. Is it that? No. Is it no? I don't even know where the Oh, I found it. Okay, so we're gonna do the outro. Thank y'all. See you next week. Blessings to you. And if you weren't able to comment, I don't know why. Like I said, maybe because I'm streaming from the iPad and I can't see it. But please leave your comments and your notes, and we'll pick
Yes.
them up next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all.
Good night.